So excited for you. So excited.
Signal. I'm not saying it was intentional, but.
Welcome, everybody, and happy Friday. It is June 11th. Welcome to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. I'm Pilar Lastra. We've got D-Mac, Tom Mazaway, Fish in the fish tank. We've got Alex keeping us honest behind the glass. Jeff manning all of our social media. Make sure that you are hitting us up on our social at Woodward Sports. You can also give us a call, 313-552-6322. Make sure you're downloading our app at Woodward Sports Network. You can get it in the Apple Store, in the Android Store as well. We are awfully blessed with a presence of Art today. Art is the boss for today?
I was going to say, just so everyone knows, all the people you've named, Pilar, are the only people in the whole studio.
Well, we got Mikey TikTok, area. Too.
Oh, yeah, TikTok's back here, too.
Yeah.
Don't forget HR.
HR. Thank goodness for head of HR. But I don't know. I give us 20 minutes before somebody's calling Jesse to, like, come keep us in line.
You don't believe in
20
me? Is that
seconds.
what you're saying?
I gave you 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's better than 5.
Yeah.
That's usually what my wife gives me.
God, and that's 4.5 too
5
long.
minutes?
And mic drop.
Lucky girl.
Yeah, lucky girl. Whoa. You champion, Art.
Oh, my goodness. All right. I digress.
Ah, nice. Right out of the Mazaway dictionary.
Oh, my goodness. All right, guys. We've got a great show planned for you guys. I can't promise we're going to stay on schedule. Hopefully, Alex will keep us within the buoys.
We won't.
I concur.
Those aren't buoys.
What?
It's a Seinfeld.
Oh, boy.
Raquel
Looks like we got Maz Costanza.
Raquel Welch was on that show. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, my
Dolores?
goodness. All right. Well,
No, Dolores wasn't on that one.
Not on that one. But.
Okay, well,
Mulva.
Matt, let's go ahead and get to your sports update.
I will. Thank you, Pilar. Welcome, everybody, on a Friday, and thank you to our good studio sponsors, our friends at mybookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit halfway to $1,000, or use Adam's money. He's giving you free $10 if you use Woodward 10 when you open up an account with MyBookie. The White Sox in town, the best in the AL Central. They're in for a weekend series starting tonight with the Tigers. Tarek Skubal going for the Kitties against Lucas Giolito. Mr. Perfect game from Comerica tonight. Sox are going to be down another player. They lost second baseman Nick Madrigal yesterday. He's out for the year with a total hamstring tear. Mac, how much does that hurt?
Have you ever
I've never
torn?
had a total hamstring tear, but I've had 3 groin surgeries and stuff. But if you say he's out for the year, usually when you hear hamstrings or some guy pulls it, it's a few weeks, maybe a month. But you tear it out, gone for the year. That is immense pain because you think of the hamstring. That's right attached to the femur, largest bone in the body that you don't want to break. So that's no good.
So he is out. They'll have to come up with something else.
Bueno.
They got a lot in the minors, so they'll bring somebody up. They've already lost Eloy Jimenez. That's their best player. Luis Robert out for the season as well. They still lead the Central at 38-24. Tigers took 2 of 3 from the Mariners. They crawl out of the AL Central basement. They're 11.5 back of the Southsiders, so we'll see if they can make some ground up this weekend. How about yesterday during the Reds and Brewers game? Check this catch made out by this kid in the stands.
We've seen some pretty good work in the crowd in this series.
Oh my gosh.
Good catch by the guy, too.
That is.
Hey, you see how he's protecting him?
That's big time right there.
You see how the guy, that was great. I mean, that totally the guy in the gray, Alex, play that again. But the guy in the gray, watch, he totally whiffs the catch, but nobody thinks anything of it because he helped and saves the kid from hitting his face on the chair.
And the kid goes back
Look
and
at
he
watch,
celebrates
right through
with
his
his mom.
wickets. The guy didn't want to have it.
Right.
Kid
Oh,
right down,
man.
watch. I love it. I love it, dude.
That is amazing. Hey, did you guys remember that one? It was a few years back that they would play it over and over. A ball was coming in, a guy
Holding
was
his baby?
sitting. No, a guy was sitting next to his girlfriend, and what does he do? He moves so that it could hit his girlfriend.
Did it hit her?
Yes.
They're not together anymore.
He ducks, and it hits his girl.
Sounds like Art and his wife. Anyway, 2 games in the NBA playoffs tonight. Hawks and the Sixers in Atlanta. That series tied at 1. And Denver will try to get up off the ground on this one. They host Phoenix. Nuggets down 2-0. Mike Malone, their head coach, said they quit the other night. See if that gets them going. Last night, Bucks beat the Nets 86-83. Nets were getting 3.5, so they covered. And they sucked down the stretch, by the way. Chris Middleton had 35. Giannis 33. Kevin Durant scored the last 9 for the Nets, and then he didn't touch the ball for the last minute and a half. I don't know what happened to Kyrie Irving, but Bruce Brown, the former freaking Piston, had the ball the last couple of times, and it looked like he didn't know what he was doing. Couldn't even make a layup. Anyway, they lose. They're down. They're up 2-1 still. Milwaukee will try to even it up coming up on Sunday.
What was the final?
86-83.
So you covered? Or?
Yeah, you covered. 3.5. Top seed Jazz held off the Clippers. Pretty good game. 117-111. They got out to a big lead. Clippers came back in this one. Donovan Mitchell, of course, 37 for him. Utah taking a 2-0 lead now, heading into tomorrow night's Game 3 in the Clip Joint in L.A. NHL Stanley Cup Final. The Final Four all set. Vegas punched their ticket. Before I tell you about the game, check out how Vegas comes out to start a game. Look at this place.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
Look at that. Mac, I got to ask you. When you come out, you're the visitors, let's say. You come out of someone's barn and that's doing that. What do you guys talk? Do you guys even bring it up?
No, they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that came to my mind was San Jose. They used to
Out of a
shark,
yeah,
out of a shark head or whatever. But you're on the ice warming up. I mean, you're paying attention, going,
Yeah.
"Wow, this is a great atmosphere."
It is.
Yeah.
Now let's shut it up.
Exactly.
Like that. No, seriously, it's
Right.
like, oh, it's gonna be you. You actually like. It's funny you bring that up. In San Jose, we were there. That game where they were lowering Sharky down and he got caught.
Oh.
They were lowering the mascot down from the roof, and he's got stuck. So they had to hold the game off to go up and get him, and we had to go back in. But what honestly is in playoff time, if you're a veteran visiting team, you can use that energy like it's at home. And because if you, especially
Sucks
if
it
you
out
can
of them.
quiet,
Yeah.
if you can quiet it, that's why getting off early to the quick start. That's why Colorado yesterday, you could see them.
They pushed.
They pushed early, but again, when I get to it, I'll break it down later on.
Vegas
in my
had an
hockey,
answer
but-
for him.
Stanley the Octopus is unmatched, though.
Yeah, the octopus. Hey,
But that's not really like, Al the Octopus, or that's Al the Octopus,
Yes.
right?
Oh, is it Al?
Al, yeah.
Oh.
So, but the whole thing with that, the way that the Octopus and the Joe used to come out of the ceiling and stuff like, but that's all for the people sort of before them,
Right.
before we're on the ice.
Where the
But
players
you can
come.
hear, and the great thing about Joe Louis Arena is you can hear everything throughout it. So we could hear everybody going nuts pregame, getting us fired up. It was like a small rumble. So,
your dressing room was right next to where the fans are. You were right there. So
well, you knew it, Matt,
Yeah.
because you were in Studio P.
Studio P.
The
bathroom.
bathroom.
The bathroom,
But
right
you
across.
guys, you walked by there, and you guys would be yelling into the microphone because it was so
Yeah,
loud.
couldn't even hear. Anyway, just a quick story on mascot, the Lions, of course, and it's perfect for them. At the Silverdome, they had this contraption called the Flying Lion. It was this inflatable lion, and someone had a remote control, and it would like float around the stands. It was huge. And
Wait. What stadium did you say?
The Silverdome.
The Silverdome. Okay.
It was huge.
It was huge. This thing. One time it got out of control. It started banging into people, and then it hit the glass of the Silverdome. The press box was low, so it would be hitting it just kept hitting the glass. I mean, we were laughing our asses off in the press, but I can only imagine what the hell was going on. The Flying Lion only lasts one season, by the way. One season. So that I digress. Okay. Vegas last night took care of business. They beat the Avalanche in Game 6, 6-3. The Golden Knights won the last 4 games, Mac. Colorado becomes you ready for this? You'll know this because you were one of these.
I know I was.
The eighth straight President's Trophy winner to be eliminated without winning the cup.
I thought
straight.
No, that reminds me of Colorado did that to us, and I think it
in
was
'96.
No, 99. Well, yeah, okay. Well, you're talking something different than I was thinking.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking we were up 2-0 on the road in Colorado.
They
the
took
one
4.
series with Bill Ranford, they won 4 straight off us. But yeah, President's Trophy. It's 8 in a row.
8 in a row. They have not won the cup.
We were one of the last ones to win one as being President's Trophies. Wasn't that right?
I'm not sure.
No, too.
I'm not sure. But this is how the game ended. Game's over. It's 6-3 is the final. They advance to the next round. Check them out celebrating with the fans in Vegas.
I know that feeling. There's very few better feelings.
That is awesome.
Very few, right, Mac?
Very few.
Vegas will face Montreal, game 1 of the semifinals on Monday. The Islanders will be playing Tampa Bay. Their semifinal starts on Sunday. Here's the odds. Vegas, a huge favorite, -450. That means if you want to win 100, you have to lay $450. And Tampa Bay is -265. You could follow the rules. If you want to win 100, you have to lay out $265 there. All right, let's take you back. Let's take you back before I play. Before I give you a fun thing, but this is kind of fun. Not really, I guess. Gordie Howe passed away 5 years ago today.
There we go. Oh my God.
Listen.
Segue.
No, listen.
I'm not sure this is fun, but we're going to talk about one of the most iconic guys
I love
in
Gordie
Detroit that died.
Okay, listen.
Instead of saying on a somber day, but let's have a great memory of this
But this is the fun part of it. Gordie Howe was so loved here. I digress. He did pass away 5 years ago. We love Mr. Hockey. But look at this fun commercial he did on ESPN.
It's cool having the athletes hang out here at Sports Center. Even the old-timers show up, which can be interesting.
In the old days, we had respect for some. Yeah, Bobby Hall hit me one time right here. Hey, you're not listening. They have the advantage because they can put you in a corner here like this. You're in there digging in real tight, you do this. And you get their attention. If you don't like him again, it's up here. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? The follow-through's like this. When the puck dropped, I hit him here. It was a respectful game when we played. See, Mommy. Mommy. Okay.
That's Keith Olbermann. That's the fun. Not that he passed away. We love him. And we're going to have a bridge named there for him one of these years.
That was hilarious.
It's going to be right there between Canada and Detroit.
Where do you find these old school sports centers?
Dig. You got to dig.
Those were funny. I remember those.
He goes back. He's got it archived in some VCR.
In his
he says to
VHS
one of his daughters, he says, honey, which one we got the transfer? And they're like, Dad, we told you already. We set you up. You put it in here. And, I know. I got a migraine. Can you do it? Can you find it?
All right. I got plenty more coming up later, but we're going to have Dan Murphy coming on here in a few. So let's get moving here.
Yes.
Will you, Pilar? Move it.
All right. Great stuff there.
Pilar.
Good laughs. All right. Hey, did I ever get a nickname?
Pilar.
P-Dog or P-Money.
P-Money?
P-Money, yeah.
Not that I know of.
Not from Kennedy. She was
Alex, was that P-Money? Is that what you gave me?
Someone in the chat yesterday said P-Money should be your nickname.
I mean, that's kind of dope.
Oh, dope.
Just saying, that's kind of dope.
How
All
about
right,
P-Dope?
guys. P-Dope? No.
How about Studio P?
Studio P. That's right.
No, that's where he's always in there going to the bathroom.
Hey, it worked.
No, I don't like Studio P.
That's how we got all those great interviews right off the ice. Pulled them into the bathroom.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. we digress.
A lot of digressing this show, and we're only in the first segment.
I know. Hey, guys, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got Dan Murphy, ESPN staff writer, joining us to talk about our big hook. So much more going on that Bo knew part 2. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our #1 priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. All right, guys, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. We are joined today with Dan Murphy. I can't even talk. We've got Dan Murphy joining us today. Dan, welcome to The Hook. Wait, do we have him?
Hey, Dan.
Do we have him? All right. So ESPN staff writer Dan Murphy is about to join us any minute now.
Dan's been covering Michigan for a long time. He was at the press conference yesterday. We want to talk to him about some other stuff that are happening. There's always another side to the story. Welcome in Dan Murphy from ESPN. Hey, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, man, thanks for joining us. I know you're busy. And yesterday was a surreal day. I mean, we got to hear, obviously, from the 3 gentlemen that have their names out there. One of them is Matt Schembechler, the stepson for Bo Schembechler. We heard his story. And, of course, the 2 players as well. And, I mean, we know what they said. We hear it. We saw it. You were there. But today you wrote something about his other son, his actual biological son, Glenn Schembechler, which we know him as Shemmy Schembechler. And he says the dad that Matt described isn't the dad that he knows. And I guess you could take it from there, Dan. Fill us in.
Yeah, that's right. Matt and Shemmy haven't seen eye to eye for a long time. I think there's some animosity a little bit in the family there with how things went down with them. And Shemmy basically said that he doesn't think that his brother's story is credible. Part of the allegations that Matt has made publicly in the past week is that after he disclosed that he was sexually abused, not only did Bo Schembechler, according to Matt, not only did Bo Schembechler not do anything about it, but he also hit Matt as a 10-year-old kid and hit his wife, who tried to sort of step up to defend Matt. Shemmy called those, said he never saw anything like that growing up in the house. And so there's some clear disagreement there. I think people, Shemmy was obviously concerned about the way that, people will remember his father, the football coach, moving forward. But, Matt's thoughts on that were that he was a good football coach, but, was, according to Matt, not a very good father, and dropped the ball on a really big issue with the sexual abuse.
Yeah, Dan, I appreciate you joining us, and this is such a heavy topic, but we want to bring it to the forefront. My question to you and my concern is the university itself, who came out with a statement, and obviously at the beginning of the statement, concerned about they said victims instead of survivors, which is weird to me. But the fact that they did, if they were serious about the culture changing, and I know they pinpointed Dr. Anderson and saying him and that, but if it's a culture thing with Bo's name on the stadium, or a poster or a statue and all that stuff like this, doesn't Michigan want to get more out in front? Because it doesn't seem like this is going away or getting swept under. And the fact that the Schembechler brothers can do whatever they want, this is about 1,000 other people also. What does the university, what is their responsibility in this? And do you look at it like I do, is that they've sort of dropped the ball on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early days, right? The university didn't learn about this until probably 2 nights ago, right? Less than 48 hours ago. There's been, I've been interested to see what the reaction is going to be in terms of, how do people think about that statue that's outside of the football building, or think about the fact that the Schembechler name is on it now. And I don't know yet how that's going to shake out, or how people will end up feeling about that, right? Obviously, I think we have the analogy of the Joe Paterno statue that came down at Penn State that everybody immediately points to, and frankly, it's really hard. I don't know the right way to deal with all this stuff in retrospect when we're talking about things that happened a long time ago, and obviously changes the way that people think about Bo Schembechler. Some of the players that spoke yesterday said that he did a lot of good things for a lot of people and won a lot of football games, but like in their minds, he is the guy that could have stopped a serial sexual predator and decided not to because it was not good for the team, according to them. So it is a complicated, complex thing, and I don't know, at what point the university is going to weigh in further or if they will. But right now, they've been very reticent to say anything publicly, and a lot of that is probably coming from their lawyers because remember, they're in the middle of settling 800-plus lawsuits that will probably eventually run a bill of hundreds of millions of dollars to finish all this off.
Dan, with Shemi coming out and saying the stuff that he doesn't know how much he believes his brother, what about all the other people? Over 800 people.
Yeah, I actually asked him about that when I talked to him, and he said, "Look, I can't." And he's not saying I want to be clear. He's saying the part about Bo Schembechler not acting when presented with evidence, and I think. Sorry for the background noise, guys. Today's a travel day for me. But he's what he's saying, I think, in when he's casting doubt on the story, is that he believes that if Bo would have understood the serious nature of what people were telling him, he would have done something about it. It sounds like the distinction he makes is he's assuming that his father just thought this was part of a normal physical and wasn't sexual in nature in some way, and that's the distinction he's making, right? So it's not that he doesn't believe that Robert Anderson was doing this to people and that hundreds of people are just making this up. It's more about whether Bo fully understood what these guys were trying to tell him when they raised concerns about it.
Well, Kwiatkowski and Johnson pretty much made it pretty clear that they had to stop this piece of shit, Anderson. I think Kwiatkowski said I had to pull his hand away from me several times, and they both swore that they went to Bo. I believe these guys. I look at them, and I believe these guys. These guys were very believable yesterday. How could he not have taken that? And his own son tells him the same thing. And then there's 800 other people that have gone to him. But you have Jim Harbaugh on the other end that defends him, and it's defending him, saying he never saw anything like that, and he can't believe that Bo would do something like that or not take care of the problem.
Yeah, right. I think that's, what we've learned in a lot of these stories popping up over the past 5 or 10 years, right, is there is this sort of natural instinct to doubt somebody when they tell you something that doesn't equate with, the level of evil that's involved in doing the kind of things that people like Robert Anderson or Larry Nassar or, Jerry Sandusky have done in the past, right? It doesn't equate for most of our brains. So when I talk to trauma counselors and people like that to try to better understand this stuff, when I report on it, a lot of what they say is some of it doesn't make sense when you first hear it, but when you think about the risk that these people are taking when they come forward and the extra pain that it causes them just to retell this story publicly, and the fact that it'll be attached to their name, right. It's hard to imagine anybody coming forward and sharing these kind of stories if they weren't true, if they weren't really adamant about trying to shed light on something and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, it's also, too, made a great point, is somebody said, why now? And it's the fact that not only so it doesn't happen, but at the time that it did happen, it would be harder to accept. So the fact that coming out sort of right now, being older and being able to grasp your head around.
And in this day and age.
Right, with everything else. My question is, and the hard thing I have is the fact that Bo Schembechler is supposed to be the end-all, be-all, writes books on leadership, and if you're a leader, there's no such thing as plausible deniability,
team.
All that stuff. And to me, when the stuff like this comes out, it's just a big sham. But I look at it and go, well, now, there was a Nassar stuff with Michigan State. There was a Sandusky stuff with Joe Paterno and Penn State. Now it's Michigan. Is this a Big Ten, or is this a real bigger issue that we're going to find out as guys like yourselves do the great journalism and digging in more? Or is it bigger than this, do you think?
More going to be coming
like
out.
just like is there for lack of a better term, a system of these physicians that have been around young men and women years ago that got getting away with this? Are there more to come? How do you feel about it? Because you're right in the middle of it, reporting it.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like, why does this keep happening? Like, Ohio State's had a very similar story too, with a doctor who was involved in their wrestling team, right, Richard Strauss.
Yeah.
It's weird that it keeps happening in the Big Ten, and there have been stories that elsewhere in different parts of the country with similar doctors, and unfortunately, I think especially when we were thinking back to the era when a lot of this abuse happened, right in the 70s and 80s, is when a lot of the reports are from, at least in this case, right. The level of trust people had in doctors, if you were wearing a white coat in a doctor's office, was 100%, right. There was no doubting what they had, and these people realized that there was a population of very vulnerable people, athletes that needed their support, and you had to listen to what the doctor said to get back on the field. And I think, unfortunately, in some cases, that attracts people who have dubious motivations otherwise to try to take advantage of that. We've seen that in a lot of these cases, and I have no doubt that there are more of these stories that have not yet been told, and it's a question of whether the survivors, people who have been through that, want to go through the public ordeal of exposing them and feel that that's worth doing.
Dan Murphy joins us, ESPN, covered Michigan for a long time. I want to ask you about the people that said after they went to Bo, they went to Don Canham, and Don Canham was going to take care of business. And then I hear that Bo tells them, under no circumstances are you getting rid of Dr. Anderson. I need him on my staff. Why did he need him so much? Why him? There's a million doctors. Why him?
It's a great question, and I actually asked Matt Schembechler that, right? So when all of this happened, it was a year after Bo got there. It's not like they had this long-standing relationship. Robert Anderson was a young doctor, had only been at the university for 3 years. And Matt's answer to that was that Bo was loyal to the team no matter what. He saw himself as sort of the king of the team, and any decision about it was going to be made by him, and nobody was going to mess with his team. It would shine a negative light on his team if the team doctor was doing this to people. So he kind of refused to believe it. That's the way Matt saw it, or how he sort of thinks through why a man would have chosen a doctor he barely knew to defend him versus his own son. That was Matt's answer for it. It's the question I've had too of why this guy had so much a staying power, right? Why he had this amount of ability to stick around despite complaints about him. And
it's fishy.
I don't know that there's a good answer for it. Everybody who could answer it has died long ago.
Correct.
Yeah. Dan, do you think that universities are going to almost put some type of like a common law type thing? And I hate to say it, but I feel like more and more of these cases keep coming up that universities are just going to say, hey, let's almost get ahead of any type of scandal that could possibly come up, and let's just put some type of system into place that if our university is involved in a scandal, this is exactly how we're going to handle it. Do you think it's going to get to that point?
I do think a lot of institutions, not just universities, but people in similar positions, have there's a whole industry of hiring out consultants to figure out how to institute a better sexual assault policy, and how do you respond to claims of sexual assault in the right way. And I think the University of Michigan actually tried to do that after watching what happened down the road from them for a few years. And there are challenges in figuring out how to respond to it, right? And you're pressured in some sense, right? Of obviously you want to believe and take care of survivors and people who have been through this, and at the same time they're trying to protect both the reputation and the bank account of this major, huge public institution, and it puts them in an uncomfortable position. And I don't know that there's a great way to handle it, and I don't know that any university has figured out the right way to do it, but certainly I think a lot of people are trying to think through that and trying to learn from the experience that others are going through.
Last question for you, Dan. What's next? What is out there? Is it going to be we're going to hear more people come out, or somebody else talking? Is there somebody that needs to speak that hasn't spoke that is still alive? Yeah,
that's a great question. I don't know that there's really anybody else that we tried for a while to find other people that could corroborate this story. For a week or two, looked for ways to try to. But yeah, everyone else who would have been sort of firsthand knowledge of this passed away long ago. So on the Bo Schembechler front, I don't know that there will be a whole lot more of details to fill in. Other players may come forward at some point to say things. The legal case is still pending, so there's a mediation and a settlement to come on that front. And then it will be interesting to see, especially I think when football season gets started again, how the athletic department and the university decide to handle the legacy of Bo Schembechler. Will they still have him, clips of him on the Jumbotron before the game starts? Will they still have his statue out there? Those are tough decisions and things that I think would be hasty to try to make a decision in a day or two on what they want to do with that. But it will be interesting to see how that plays out probably in the next couple months.
We appreciate your time, Dan. We'll stay in touch. We'll continue to read you on ESPN.com. Best of luck, man.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I know it's not a fun topic that normally hits the sports audience, so I appreciate you taking the time to talk about it.
Yeah, we got to get you back on when it's a more uplifting topic.
Sure
maybe
thing.
something
Thanks.
like U of M actually wins some football games this year. Or
There
something,
you go.
something.
I'll hold my breath.
Thanks, Dan. Be good, man. Be safe.
Thanks, Dan.
Dan Murphy, ESPN.
What would you guys feel about if they were to send out a survey to all of the survivors of this and said, as far as the clips, do you feel that he should be removed, that Bo Schembechler should be removed from the clips?
I think you should send it to you. I think you should send it to them and the season ticket holders. Because there's a ton of season ticket holders.
Absolutely
they
right.
Put 106,000 people in that stadium every weekend.
And say, because a lot of them will say he was a great coach. He just didn't defend us. He was very motivational.
Well,
He just
I'll tell you.
didn't defend us.
I think
get
the
their
old
opinion on
I think
what
the
they
old blue
want to
hairs,
happen.
the old blue hairs, which Michigan is full of. They have an older crowd that goes to that stadium. I don't know. I think they would probably. I don't know how they'd vote.
Yeah,
I think it'd be closer than you think it would be. Put it that way.
I was going to say, but I honestly don't think you ask the season ticket holders. Ask the people that have to live through this and that their families have to relive this now that it's been out in the public and their families need to go. I mean, some people may say, absolutely take him down. Some people may say he was a great coach. I still think that his greatness should be up there, but let the people that live through this decide.
I think that, to your point, is just to get some communication on how everybody feels that either supports it or goes to spend money there, and it's not right or wrong. It's just to get a pulse on, to get a temperature of the room, right, to see where people are at, and then move it from there. But at the end of the day, it's the ultimate responsibility of the university. So.
No, absolutely. But have you ever done something really bad to somebody, and I mean, not to this point, completely different, but really hurt somebody and just gone to them and said, what can I do to make this right? And at least get their input of
He talks to Claude Lemieux, doesn't he?
He what?
He talks to Claude Lemieux.
I made that right.
Yeah.
No, I righted that wrong.
Yeah.
No, like everything else, and that's sort of the 9th step in Alcoholics Anonymous. But you want, yes, from the feedback, I want to hear even the ones that say this didn't happen. I want to take a temperature of the room, and where we're at right now is to then start a conversation instead of jumping to this, jumping to that. What is that? Because we all went through it. This is the one thing. Because they're not here to defend themselves or whatever, because most people are dead. We got to deal with this, and if you're going to support the school or do whatever, start the conversation. It's just like anything else because nobody knows where it's at. So.
And I feel too, start the conversation, involve all these people in the healing process, right? How can we help you?
No, you're getting ahead of it.
Better?
First of all, in order for the university to make a decision, right, to get on top of this, that has it. Well, get all the information first. So.
Yep. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I feel like this is not the end of this topic.
No, of course
I feel like
not.
it's going to keep going and going and going for quite some time. Hopefully, not too much longer, and we can start hearing more positive news out there. So, we will certainly keep you up to date. Good news, though. There's a lot of good news around the NFL, and when we come back, we're going to get you up to speed on that. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
All right, guys, today's the day. Yeah, I've been talking about Coast all week, and the fine folks at Coast have been making high-quality outdoor equipment for a century. Constantly meet real-world work problems with smart, durable answers. We got the knives. At this end, away from Tom. To flashlights, to multi-tools, you only get the best with Coast, and we at the Hook. Okay, guys, here it is. So we at the Hook family, want you to get involved and what's the best for you also. So here's what we need you to do. Hop on to Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or wherever you follow Woodward Sports, and use the hashtag HowWeCoast. Yes, HowWeCoast. Then tell us your story of how camping equipment has either gotten you out of a bad situation in the outdoors or how it made the outdoor experience better. And remember, Father's Day is coming up next Sunday, so if you get your answers and emails and whatever I don't know what the heck you do, but if you use that hashtag, HowWeCoast, I will be going through these on Monday, and I will give away 3 gift cards next week for $100 each. And the best part of it, I just sent it right to your email, bing, bang, boom. The kid said that, boom, you're ordering this and that, so tell me how you coast. So hashtag HowWeCoast. Go to Coastland Portland, coastportland.com. Use WSN20 if, you can't wait. You're impatient like Maz.
You get 20% off with that.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, let's talk some NFL news and notes. Lions' Jonah Jackson says he thinks that the Lions could have the best offensive line in the NFL this season.
Hey, we talked about Pro Football Focus earlier this week. They had him ranked at number
10.
Number 10. But Jonah Jackson says they could be number 1. So it's kind of cool there. I'm digging that.
He said, I think we can be the best. Know what I'm saying? We know what you're saying, man. We know.
They already had a good offensive line, and then they get Penei Sewell, who's supposed to be the end-all, be-all. So they move him to right tackle. We wish him the best because he's got to relearn everything, and we hope that he could be the stud that he was in college.
Take it with a grain of salt, but the fact is that when guys are excited when you hear the offensive line, because if they say this, then they got to play that way. But there's something that they're noticing that is there, and that makes me happy.
So they have the break right now. They have a break right now before minicamp starts. As a matter of fact, I think head coach Dan Campbell's going to be moving his family to Detroit in this next couple of weeks. Yep.
Alex, what were you going to add?
It really
to this?
boils down to Halapoulivaati Vaitai and how he plays, because we know Taylor Decker's solid. We're really hype about Penei Sewell. Jonah Jackson had a great rookie season, and Frank Ragnow is a freaking beast, highest paid center in the NFL.
And you got Crosby still.
And Crosby. I'm really glad that we've still hung on to him. I don't want because with offensive line,
you need 7.
You need depth. You need more than just the front 5 guys. So
no, it's a 7-man unit, whatever like that. Obviously, Frank Ragnow up the middle is where it started, but we don't. We really don't know in-game action of Penei Sewell moving to the right side, right tackle. He's a left tackle. So there's going to be growing pains through it, but I like the excitement coming out from somebody on the line going, we couldn't be this good. So
Yep,
we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Somebody who certainly does believe in their teammates, that's for sure. And we believe in them. All right, guys, moving on. NFL Network talks Rams' new look offense with Matthew Stafford. And we've got a quick video for you guys to see on that.
How much of the Sean McVay offense was a result of Jared Goff as we get LT and David back? How are those numbers going to be different now, David?
Yeah, it's a good question. And when you look at it, at passer rating, they're only about 11 points apart. So it doesn't really tell the whole story. You see the interceptions, and that had something to do with it. But when you look at it, there's 2 things that I look at. And I think the biggest thing is tight window throws and then drop back pass. And then just how good you are in the drop back pass game and be able to push the ball down the field. When you look at Matt Stafford compared to Jared Goff, he's almost 40 points better in deep passes and 50 points better in tight window throws. And so that's really the issue with the Rams. That's kind of what they've had to work through is Sean McVay is going to be brilliant in run game and in play action. His offense struggles a little bit in just straight drop back pass. They're not really built for that. Now, Matt Stafford is built for that. You see him hanging in the pocket, making throw after throw, tight window throw. And when we watch the Rams struggle in the last couple of years against New England, against Miami, those teams that can really show you some elaborate schemes as far as the drop back stuff, Goff struggled, and Stafford is much better there. So when you look at it from a front office standpoint, you have to feel like if you're the Rams, you've upgraded significantly. If you can just do what you've done in the run and play action game, and now add Stafford's ability to just rip it from the pocket, you got to be a lot better as far as how you feel.
Yeah, so that's why they went out and got him.
But
Sean McVay wants him.
Listen, he's with the Rams, not the Lions. You would expect less monkey business from the Rams offensive coaches than you would what he had here. So
Absolutely.
Good luck to him.
And not only that, I really do want to see Matthew Stafford succeed. I want to see him go to the Rams, win some playoff games, and just get that monkey off his back.
I like it.
Just do it.
I thought you told me you didn't want them to win a game for the Lions so they get a better draft pick. Now you changed your mind?
Well, I mean, you see this kind of stuff. You just want good. You just want good for him.
Well, make your mind up. What do you want?
You're right. I want them to absolutely suck. I don't want them to win a single game so that we can get the number 1 draft.
Thank you.
You're right.
We want the monkey off our back, Pilar,
we
not
want
off
the monkey
his
off
back.
our
We don't have a
That's
monkey.
right.
We've got Godzilla, and we've got freaking King Kong.
It's Kong, baby.
Yep. It's Kong and Godzilla.
That is correct.
Rebuilding since 57.
All right.
I got a monkey for you.
Where?
Speaking of that, let's take it over to Tom's favorite place on earth, New England.
Foxborough.
What's Bill doing?
Bill Belichick's hanging out, and he's in this mini camp that he's calling not a mini camp, it's a teaching camp. So he has 3 quarterbacks out there. Cam Newton's down with a hand injury. NFL Network's got a little bit more on this.
I think there's no question about it. You were divvying up the reps between 4 guys. Now it was 3 today, and it's been 3 all week because Newton has not practiced. But as Max said in his own words, look, I have to be able to do it faster. I have to do it more confidently, and I have to be louder when I do it, and that's going to come with each and every rep. And today what we saw for the first time in the 3 times that we've seen him was a different order. Yeah, no Cam there, but Mac has been the guy that's been following up Cam in the 7-on-7 and team drills. And today it was Jared Stidham, then it was Brian Hoyer, then it was Mac Jones. I don't read too much into that, as Bill Belichick has told us a million times when it comes to OTAs. This is a teaching camp, not so much an evaluation camp. And Mac did get some reps in the 7-on-7s with some of the first team guys, if you will, at the skill positions, and was fine today. And I think, to his point, there's so much on his plate right now, and he's trying to learn and process things. They're very happy, Patrick, right now with the job he's done with the playbook, but it's continuing to consume that and to continue to be able to go out there and do it at a high level and do it quickly. And as we well know, that's just not easy for any rookie quarterback, even one coming from a system in Alabama that demanded a whole lot of him. Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, they're demanding a lot more.
I think what we can take from all this, I mean, you have the opportunity to see Matt go in there and get more reps, and they don't give it to him. I think it's very clear what Bill Belichick is telling us is that Mac Jones is not going to be the propeller of this offense. He's saying this is what I do best. I let my quarterbacks, my rookie quarterbacks, sit back, learn, and then there we go.
Yeah, but you made a great point, because when you look around the league, right, where there's Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, these are jet engines. This guy is a propeller compared to those guys, as far as if you're going to compare him to a plane.
But I just don't think not in this
It's going to take him time.
offense.
He needs a system.
Not in this offense.
He's one of
more
those
a
prop
system guy.
planes. He's one of those prop planes that's got all the propellers, the ones that I won't get on. Matter of fact, I had to get on one of those one time to go to your game in Washington for 1998. I had to fly a prop plane.
What? Cup finals?
Yes.
Oh, we didn't put that in there because, look at he's bougieing up because he's going to the Stanley Cup finals and he had to get in a Mac Jones prop plane. Oh, my freaking God.
I had to fly from Philly to Washington on a prop plane.
Hey, fucking
I almost shit myself.
Goodness. Well, I just think that, what this is saying is that, look, Cam Newton's hand was hurt. Not a big deal. Nobody's really concerned
Can't throw
about
anyway.
it.
What the hell's the difference?
No,
he's
stop.
literally a runner. That's what he is.
You know what, though? I mean, he's extremely
He
injury
cannot
prone.
propel that offense.
This does concern
There's
me a
no
little bit when
way.
you start to think
he's horrible.
When you start to think, I think Bill Belichick actually likes Cam Newton.
Good. He could like him. He can go out to dinner with him, but he's not going to like him as a quarterback. I can tell you that for sure.
But I think Cam Newton's going to be the starter. I think
I hope so, because then they won't win
Jared
many
get
games.
all that time yesterday, and not Mac Jones just puts everything to rest. That I thought that by week 5, Mac Jones was going to be starting.
I got to answer a question.
This has pretty much told me, no, he's not. We're not preparing him.
David,
he's got to learn.
David Hubbard, why are we talking about things out of town? Because this is Bill Belichick and the Patriots that Maz hates. So we're trying to get Maz
it's called Around the
fired up.
NFL, Davey. Around the NFL.
Well, but here's the other thing, too, is that there's prop bets.
Belichick was teaching as a teaching camp, then Maz can have a teaching camp for
Not
the
only that,
audience.
Belichick used to be a coach here with the Lions when he first started.
Again, going way
There you
back to
go.
the past.
There
Again,
you go.
what we miss
That
out
brings
on.
you back to Detroit.
Yeah, but
Hubby?
also, I mean, look, there's prop bets that go on about, when do you think that Mac Jones will start? I mean, that's...
Oh, and Stafford. Because Pollard wants him to freaking get the monkey off his back or something now.
I like him. I mean, y'all can't sit here and say,
Listen,
hey,
y'all.
we hate him.
Listen, y'all.
I don't think anybody in Detroit can say we hate Matthew Stafford. We don't. Everybody wants him to do well.
We love him.
No,
Not too well because we want that good draft pick. So
He'll be great. When we retire his number, when he's retired, we'll love him again.
Maybe not this year, but next year we want better for him next year, not this year, just for selfish reasons.
No, we want him to play
says
well and the team to lose. You can pick him in fantasy.
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
You can pick him in fantasy. Well,
Thank you. You're right. I want Matthew Stafford to do well, not the Rams.
Perfect.
There you go. He can have another 4,500 yard season over there. Just not win. All right, guys. There you have it. That is news and notes from around the NFL. We had some fun there. We had some fun. We have got the 12-team college football playoff is not far off. Now, they're getting creative with this.
Mm-hmm.
I think at first people were kind of, it was almost like the NBA and how they were changing things. Well, when we come back, we're going to get you guys up to speed on how this could actually work. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
It's Legacy. It's me for Legacy. Hey, guys. It's me, Maz. When you turn your TV on, you're bombarded like we are today. We're bombarded by insurance ads promising to save you money. They're bullshitting you. They're not telling you the truth. You need a local agency that knows the local insurance market. That's why you need our newest sponsor, Legacy Partners Insurance. They're independent, so they get lots of quotes. They work for you. If you need auto or home, they've got you covered. They go to 7 to 10 different carriers for that. And, of course, they will bid for your business. If you need commercial insurance for your business, they have 50 carriers to float your loan out to and see what the best deal is. They've been around for over 100 years, so you can trust their reputation and knowledge. So if you haven't had your insurance quoted yet, you're getting ripped off. Give them a shot. 586-209-4106, Legacy Partners Insurance. Go to legacypartnersins.com and tell them Maz sent you. I'm not lying. Trust me. Now let me go to my music. Come on, music. There it is.
Well, Maz, you know what they say about a lie, right?
It's not a lie.
Not a lie.
If you believe it.
If you believe it.
That's right.
Cut the music. All right, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. All right, so you guys might have been wondering, how is this 12-team college football playoff going to work?
Hold on, I got an idea. I just thought of it.
Okay.
Maybe we should rename this to Off the Hook.
It is Off the Hook. We're off the hook.
Anyways, 12 games.
You digress.
I digress. I just see you guys were digressing all day, and I mean, I hadn't digressed yet, so I digress.
Oh my gosh, Kevin, this is great. Cam Newton or Ben Roethlisberger, whose arm comes off first? Tight race. 100%. I'm going to go with Cam. He's
Oh,
the one
yeah.
who's more injury prone.
Definitely. Ben will make it through the season.
Yeah. Ben's body somehow manages to hold things together one way or another. Barely, but he still is able to hold it together.
Mason Rudolph says he wants to be the starter there, and he wants to earn the starting position there. So who knows?
Oh, Mason Rudolph does nothing but cause drama when he's on the field.
Oh,
Cause
yeah, it was his
fights.
fault.
Cause fights. I'm just saying. Okay.
It wasn't his fault, that fight.
Miles Garrett hit him over the head with his helmet.
Yeah, that's
that
Mason
was his
Rudolph's
fault.
He was instigating, is
Oh,
what
yeah.
Myles Garrett said.
So no one
Oh.
says anything on a football field to each other, right?
Maybe
Nobody
he
says
went too
anything?
far.
I doubt it.
Maybe he went too far.
I doubt it.
Not to get hit over the head with his own helmet.
I doubt it.
I don't know. Yes, Fish.
We have a caller.
Oh.
To possibly break up the madness that is the hook.
Oh, man. Is it Stick or Joey
It
or
is not Stick
Chad?
or
Are we
Joey
in
or
trouble?
Chad. It is not any of those lovely people. But it's our other lovely friend, Pete.
Pete, welcome to the hook, my friend.
Happy
Hi,
Friday,
guys. How's it
Pete.
going?
Good.
Hey, I got a camping story with my kids, and I have a nickname that I have.
Okay.
My nickname for my friends is Pay-Per-View.
Paper.
Because my initials are PPV.
Oh.
Yeah, but we're looking for something for Pilar, not for you, Pete. We don't give a damn what you're called. We were asking about Pilar.
Pilar, I like QDP.
TP?
TDP?
No, QTP.
Oh, Cutie P. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Instead of Cutie Pie?
Yeah.
Maz,
Cutie
why don't
Pie.
you like
correct.
it? You don't like it, Maz?
It's okay.
I like
Fish.
it.
It's okay, Fish.
Okay, and I have a camping story.
All right, what's your camping
me
story?
And me and my kids used to camp with my parents back in the 90s and 2000, and my kids played cards with my parents. So
whoa, cards.
camping all
This
the-
is back in the 1900s. People don't
Right.
really play cards.
We forced my kids to play cards.
Good for you guys.
They hate it, though.
So my kids know how to play pinochle and euchre both. So I go, okay, where's my kids? I go, they're down by your mom and dad's camper playing pinochle.
Aw, I love that, Pete. You brought him up the right way, old
Well,
school.
Pete, you had me at euchre being the best euchre player in this company. I had
Until you
that
met me.
interest. Get out of here. You can't.
How do you know?
Euchre is
Dink,
definitely a Michigan
Dink,
thing.
tell him.
How do you know? How does
Hey,
Dink
Pilar,
know?
do you know how
Because
to
he
play
saw me
euchre?
freaking. How do you think I
You
bought
haven't-
lunch for everybody in the freaking
You
back
haven't
in
seen me
junior?
play. You haven't seen me play.
I've seen you do
Pilar.
a lot of things, Maz,
Yes,
and
Pete.
you know what? I'm pretty confident.
Pilar,
Okay.
do you know how to play euchre?
No, I'm not very good at it. I pretend to play, but I just lose and get yelled at all the time.
You have to learn how to play. It's only 24 cards. It's very easy to play.
That's what they tell
That's
me
why Max
every
thinks
single
he's good.
time I try to play it. It's a hot mess, though. I play, but I
Okay,
just...
listen, you guys take care, okay?
Be good. Have a good
Pete.
weekend,
You
Pete.
too.
Give our best to Rose.
Y'all are amazing. All right,
I
so...
can't wait to play euchre. I cannot freaking wait
gonna
to play you. You'll be in the fetal position when I'm done with you.
Oh, he said you're going to look like a turtle.
Please, fucking. You know what? You won't even be fucking turning
Respect
your
your
bower
elders.
crying an hour. You'll be
Respect
just
your
crying.
elders.
Respect your elders.
Respect your
Whoa.
elders.
All right. Fish.
Well, no, you can continue on if you want. I was going to comment something, but it's fine.
No, you can
continue.
comment.
Well, I was just going to say, morning show went to Petoskey this weekend, or they're going to Petoskey. Bell and Baligian show.
What are they doing?
Bell and Baligian show, this is for Joike's charity. They're going to Benton Harbor next week, where Joike is from. So,
Benton?
when are you guys going to go on a trip?
Yo, guys, we suck. How come we're not going on a trip?
Yeah, like
we're going
because
to,
we're always tripping.
wow.
Just kidding.
Okay, P Money.
We're going to Darren's Smoke Shack. That's where we're going.
You're not allowed.
Good.
You know like, it just be like a hook weekend or something.
I agree. We got to do this. Why
You already
y'all?
said,
why
no,
is it
I'm just
crickets?
thinking. I
Crickets?
mean, I'm trying to think. I think I have an opening in October.
I know. You work so much, and you have so many jobs, too.
I like the camping idea.
I want to get back to this euchre tournament, though, because I would love for us to, like, live stream on a late night, just you and Maz going back and forth.
You need partners. It's a part. You need a partner.
I've never played euchre, so
I'll bring my brother-in-law.
Obviously, by that,
Hey,
it's
not a one-on-one game?
So it's just like everything else around here. You just pick up a mic and talk about it. Don't know what the fuck's going on. So, I mean, it'd be consistent. But, yeah, I'd be down for it.
So who would be your... Okay, so let's figure out
blind
teammates real
draw.
quick.
Who gives a shit?
Ooh, blind draw.
Oh, you want to pick your partner?
I'm bringing my brother-in-law in from Jersey.
Fuck, I'll bring Drake.
Go ahead. Bring Drake.
Bring your brother-in-law in from fucking Jersey.
I will.
Now, I have a question since you brought up Drake's. Did you guys play euchre a lot during the downtime and with the Wings or not?
Not euchre. We played like Hold'em and shit like that. Played spades.
Who's the best
hearts.
player on the
Joey
roster?
Kosher.
Okay.
It's Joey wins. So whatever your gambling game, just understand. But there's usually more than. It's not a head-on thing. So you got to finish second or third to make money or even. But it's always Joey wins, no matter if it's golf, gambling, whatever. You know, you try to slide in second or third, and you never want to be fourth, fifth, or sixth. So that's your just. It's ugly.
All right, are you done hijacking our show?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It would work.
Right.
It's
No,
going
I'm
to work.
totally kidding.
Art, spell
Good
euchre.
stuff. I like
What's
it.
that?
Can you spell euchre?
EUQUER?
Oh,
No.
Close.
EUCHURE.
I'm the least Michigan person here because I don't know euchre.
Hi.
I don't
No,
find
that's 'cause
any
you're from
entertainment
Holly.
either. It goes too fast. It involves
Very
drinking
fast.
99% of the time, so then I forget
And
how to
yelling.
play.
You have to yell at
Yeah,
everybody.
you have to yell. And then something
It's
about
like-
Trump. We don't even talk about him anymore.
Pick it up, I'm going alone!
Yeah. And then it's like Monopoly. Everybody ends up fighting.
You know why it's like Monopoly player? Because I'm the best, and nobody wants to play with me. That's why it's like
Listen,
Monopoly.
Did I tell you guys the time that my husband and I played
Listen,
Monopoly? And he got so mad. He got so mad. I said, fine, I'll give you these properties. I don't even want your money because I was smoking him so bad. And he was so mad. And he was like, I don't want your properties. I don't want it. Just sell it to me. And I was like, no, you can just have it because you don't have enough money to buy them at face value. So you can just have them. And so then he got all mad, and then we just stopped playing the game. And then in the morning, I was teasing him, and I was like, wow, I didn't know I married such a sore loser. And he goes, well, geez, I didn't know that I married Mrs. Trump. Like, because I pretty much owned the entire,
There's your nickname.
like, I owned everything, and I had
Call you
houses and
Melania?
hotels on everything. He couldn't go anywhere without landing on one of my properties and paying me all the money. He had to, like, give me the mortgages. It was crazy. Yeah, if you really want to test your marriage, play Monopoly. All right.
That's why I'm on
We
third.
digress.
That's why I'm on my third.
Don't ruin my word.
You're
ruining my word.
It's so great, though. We digress. Okay. So, because you keep your papers, and we were actually going to talk about this yesterday, why don't you go on ahead and read for us how, David, you're absolutely right, Monopoly causes marriage counseling. It's so true. Go on ahead and read the statement as to how this could actually work.
All right, so it's going to be a 12-team tournament. Right now, as you know, it's a 4-teamer, and it's pretty simple. The 4 best teams are usually in it. The top 4 teams in the country are usually in it. It's boring. It's great, but it's boring because you know who's going to win. Now it's 12 teams. We're going to go 8, but the more you talked about it, the more they talked it out. 12 seems to be the best. And how they're going to do it is there will be automatic bids for the 5 major conferences, which also juices up the league title games as play-in games. So as for the one highest ranked group of 5 champion, the other 6 spots will be at-large bids. That gives automatic bids to some of the have-nots and more potential spots for the more powerful leagues. And compromise is important in a vote where consensus is needed. So the details of how those 11 games in a 12-team system would unfold still need to be worked out in the next few weeks, maybe a month. But the thought is that the first 4 teams would get a bye. Teams 5 through 8 would host teams 9 through 12 at their home site. And this, of course, could irk some teams that finish higher, but they don't get the big gate, so they want to go to the bigger stadium. So there'll be kind of a home field advantage as well. But what they're saying is, and I've read this now lately, Dan Wetzel put out a great article on Yahoo. And this guy Dan Wetzel's got the best ideas. He was the guy that decided, let me write a book about the BCS. And it said, Death to the BCS. That was his book. And of course, The BCS died. It was horrible. This guy knows what he's talking about. The thing is, if they play these games, there's going to be a lot of games being played. There could be upwards of 16, 17 games for these teams to play. So they're college kids. So what do you have to do? You better pay them. If you don't pay them, it ain't going to work. That's literally everything.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it for the fact, like you said, it gets out of the major 5 that it seems to be every year with another one going to the championship. Plus, it gives some incentive for a gate to a team and to a fan base to maybe go see a playoff game that they wouldn't usually go see. I think that it might stretch out, and even if I'm thinking about this properly, because if you have 12 teams that make it into the playoff, well, your recruiting pitch can be a little bit bigger as far as, hey, we're building towards this, or, being a 10 or a 12 or trying to get in there. It reminds me of sort of racing a lot, right? Where you don't look at the lineup in a race where there's 40 cars. Well, there's really 10 different spots because of ownership, manufacturing, the equipment. So I like this because it might give, so when we have a coastal coastal Carolina or something like this. Well, they deserve a shot in that dance and have to play. It's got that little league. Yeah, I think that, and the fact that Mazza, you said the best part is that Dan Wetzel brought it up. And because
been talking about it for years.
But it makes sense because he's put it out there in the universe, and it's slowly but surely, and it seems like it is. And this has always been the conversation. And I was thinking, well, because it would think that going to 8 would make the most sense, and then you don't want to get too big. But 12 seems, because of what you can offer, but then you get down to, let's compensate these kids a little bit.
And here's the kicker to me. I think you should dump the conference championship games. Dump them. You don't need them. If you have a 12-team playoff, you don't need that extra game. It's a bullshit game. That's how they make money anyway. You're going to make money on this, and you know what they're going to do? Right now, ESPN has it. Well, guess what? They're going to shop it like they shop the Super Bowl, like they shop the NFL, the schedule. Look how much they paid. Look at Amazon getting into it.
It's going to end up on Amazon.
It's going to end up somewhere, but someone is going to pay out their ass
spread.
for it.
But it's not going to get monopolized.
Right.
It's going to be spread out. Sort of the NFL showed the way to do it, and pick the ones you want and then give it off. But I think it benefits. It gets everybody more involved.
Yep.
You dropped your Coast Cup.
Friday, bitches.
All right, guys. We got so much more show left. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have Art talking a little bit MMA. Michigan homegrown girl. All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the newest Bridge Street Exchange, not only in downtown Fenton, now in the Somerset Collection. Located on the second level, south side, right next to Lululemon and Starbucks. This is where you can get all the hottest barware, or men's grooming products, or clothing, or, oh, that's what you meant. Don't forget they got some cool hats too, and it's a lot of great local Michigan-owned companies that you're supporting.
And don't forget, all under $3.
You're such a loser. But for real, take advantage. 15% off if you come in here. Tell Kevin that Woodward Sports sent you. Or stop.
What's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. D-Mac here. Yes, 8 Mile Vodka. Award-winning 8 Mile Vodka. It's not the what, it's the who. The guys behind this bottle from Detroit. And this vodka, if it's so what you desire, like Pilar, is from Detroit, too. This vodka, born in Detroit, distilled in single 90-liter batches, allow for optimal quality control and care. The carbon-filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish and character all its own. It's exceptional, premium vodka, chilled straight wherever. It's out and about everywhere. Ask for it at your local bar. Go to Myers and get it, and whatever it is. Pilar's taking this home, and she's going to have this gone by 8 p.m. But she's going to do it responsibly. You should, too.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from MyBookie Studios. It is Friday, June 11th. All right, Maz, before we get into talking a little bit of MMA from our hometown girl, why don't you go ahead and hit us with your sports update?
I will. Thank you to mybookie.ag. That's our sponsor. It's our studio sponsor as well. Make sure you check them out, please, and give them your business. If you're going to bet with mybookie.ag. Use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit halfway to $1,000. Or you can use Woodward 10 and get a free $10 play courtesy of the Sheik of the Spread himself, Adam, who's now a newlywed and out on his honeymoon. Congrats to him. We miss him, though. White Sox in town for a weekend series starting tonight. Tarek Skubal, Lucas Giolito, the matchup from Comerica. Sox will be without Nick Madrigal, their second baseman. He is out for the year with a hamstring tear. They've already lost Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert this year, three of their best players on the shelf, yet they still lead the Central at 38-24. Tigers took 2 of 3 from the Mariners, so they're just 11.5 back right now. Hey, we could dream, right? 2 games in the NBA playoffs tonight. Hawks host the Sixers in Atlanta. That series tied at 1, and Denver hosting Phoenix. Nuggets down 2-0. NHL Stanley Cup Final Four all set. Vegas finished off the Avs last night in style, 6-3. They won the last 4 games of the series and knocked out the Avalanche, the 8th straight President's Trophy winners that did not win the Stanley Cup. Vegas will host Montreal, game 1 of their semifinal on Monday, and the Isles will visit Tampa Bay in their semi starting on Sunday. Heavy favorite, Vegas, minus 450. Tampa Bay minus 265. Let's take you back to 1997. Michael Jordan. Was it food poisoning? Was it the flu? Didn't matter. He still beat the Jazz.
Jordan woke up with flu-like symptoms. He had a stomach ache and a headache, and he couldn't go back to sleep. He threw up all night, and as reported earlier, he missed the shoot-around, but he was in bed all day and continued to throw up. As a matter of fact, he got in here early. When I went to talk to him back in the third,
Jordan got the step. Jordan has tied the game at 63. Jordan fires for 3. Yes. And he's tied the game at 77.
Then he staggers back to the bench, near exhaustion, ready to fall over. He's got his team tied now. Back They put the ice bag on his neck. He won't even take the Gatorade.
Jordan shooting. Yes.
Yes.
Backing Hornacek.
Yes.
Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, you know, it's all about desire. You just got to come out here and do what you got to do.
Here's his best buddy, Ahmad Rashad, interviewing him on the sidelines. Fun game. Of course, the Bulls won it.
The game where there was controversy and questioning as to if somebody put something in his pizza, right?
Yeah, he supposedly ordered a pizza the night before from Pizza Hut, and he thought it was food poisoning. But the guy that made the pizza owned the pizza joint and brought it to Michael Jordan's room. They were playing poker that night and late at night, and he ate it and got sick. Doesn't mean it was food poisoning, though, but you never know.
In the documentary that
The Last Dance.
Yep, he kind of made it seem like he, in his heart, believes that somebody put something in his food.
By the way, a happy 65th birthday to the GOAT, Joe Montana.
Wow.
65 today, and happy 108th birthday in heaven, of course, to the great Vince Lombardi, my man.
Wow.
All right, there you have it. All right, so before we get to this MMA stuff, social media wants to know over/under on Mazgate.
Mazgate.
Which
Mazgate.
Which case are we talking about?
Too many.
Mazgate.
Which one is
What
this?
year?
Is this the one where
like-
I'm asking if the document that you submitted was doctored
you're looking okay.
art?
No.
Me?
Listen.
You said me?
Okay, I'm going to give you an update right here while Mr. Smith is in here. He is not in here for this court case, by the way. This had to be adjourned through the weekend because
Where's the theme music at?
So listen, okay? All right?
Yeah,
listen here. You are not off the hook, sir.
I'm sorry.
I need to know T. Mazaway email whose that is, because that is not Tom
Right,
Mazaway's
and
email.
I completely understand that. Clarissa Shields had a great night last
So
night. I mean, just a phenomenal.
Hey, Art, is this
Guilty.
Sorry, you do the Art of Combat, and you're the producer on
The
Legion
director.
and Bout, right?
Yep,
okay,
director,
so
yep.
when you're on those shows, right? You can talk whenever you want.
Right.
Here, you have to be addressed by somebody at the table.
Do I have to raise my hand?
No, I'm not joining. I'm just saying. The fact is that I told everybody that paper had Smith all over it, so you're not off the hook.
Okay.
But now, can we move it on? We'll move it on to the young lady from Flint. But I'm just saying.
Wow.
Maz,
I think you just
have,
gave it away.
sir,
You don't know what that.
Hold on. I'm not done because, Maz, you are free on bond. Please
Thank
leave
you.
your passports.
Thank you.
You didn't let me answer the question.
Please leave your. I'm not taking it today. I'm not taking
Thank you,
it
Judge.
today.
I'm not going anywhere this weekend. Thank you,
No,
Judge.
I know the folks are in town, but you know what? I expect you back here on Monday where
I'll
we
be
can
here,
reconvene
Judge. God
this.
willing. God willing.
Okay,
God
and
willing.
I appreciate your
take over
patience
the
with all these
judge?
shenanigans.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
the
the
bailiff and the
bailiff.
judge?
You're the bailiff.
I'm the bailiff. But
I
I
give
really am the
sentencing
judge.
around
but
here. Don says Maz is guilty on all charges.
Come
Jenna
on, Donnie.
says Art. Free Maz.
Told you.
Hashtag
Run,
free
juice,
Maz.
run.
All right.
Free
all right.
OJ.
Let's.
it's not over.
Oh my goodness. Are you for real? You know what? Now we're up against the clock. We're going to have to take a break. We're going to have to come back and talk about Michigan's own homegrown Clarissa Shields in her MMA debut. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, it's always good to hear stories of people coming out of Michigan and succeeding, doing great things. Well, Michigan's own Clarissa Shields wins her MMA debut. For our MMA segment, we've got Art Smith from the Art of
Combats.
Art of Combat. I almost wanted to say The Art of Racing, which is one of my favorite books.
D-Max said it was The Art of Podcast, which I'll take that too. You know, it's a compliment.
The Art of
the art of shit.
The Art of Combat.
The art of
you
falseness.
actually have
The Art of Betrayal. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead, Paul.
The art of
So
the penguin. There's the penguin in the
penguin.
booth.
Did you hear about the penguin?
Hey,
What?
show that
Did
picture
he
again.
say what?
Did you hear about the penguin?
What's
I named you the penguin now.
Okay,
And it
you're
makes
the
sense
Joker.
because you're battling with Batmans all the time. So you are. You're more.
That
Would
was
you like?
funny.
Would you like to
He
see
said
yourself?
you're the
Well,
Joker.
you're actually the Riddler because you just come up with riddlers to get out of your madness. It's a riddle here, riddle there. Hey, it's
Riddle me this.
Would you
and
like
riddle
to
me
see
that.
yourself as the penguin in Gotham,
Sure,
the great
go
show?
ahead, Maz. Let's all
Gotham?
laugh really loud.
So,
Take a look.
Put glasses on that
so we
guy.
said if
Yeah.
you put glasses on and we gave him, you know, the
Look at that.
What were they called?
You're looking me right in my eyes, man. It's like you want to fight. We'll set up a
Yes.
charity boxing match tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
I see the
Okay.
similarities, though.
Well, hey, so you've got a watch party coming up.
Yes, tomorrow, Israel Adesanya, who is 20-1, going up against Marvin Vettori, who is 17-4. This is a big matchup because when Izzy was on his way up, he faced Marvin Vettori, and it was a great fight. Split decision victory for Izzy. Since then, he's moved up to light heavyweight and unfortunately lost to Jan Blachowicz with the Polish power. So he's coming back down to 185, and I'm excited for it. Also, I know this is one of Darren's favorites because they share something in common, known as cannabis. Nate Diaz will be on the card as well in a 5-round match. There's no belts with this 5-round match. The UFC just gave them 5 rounds as he faces Leon Edwards. So,
What's that fight going to be like?
that fight is going to be, people are saying it could be potentially the fight of the year. You've got an 18-3 fighter who is ranked number 3 in the world going up against Nate Diaz, who I believe is ranked like 34. But the thing is Nate Diaz sells pay-per-views. People love watching him. He was smoking weed at the press
Gotta
conference
say, so
and throwing
people are
out
pretty
joints.
high
Yeah, I love
on
it.
him.
Yeah, pretty high on him. Yeah, hey.
No, but he beat McGregor. I mean,
He did, yeah.
he's one of those guys that he's a veteran. You don't want to fight those guys because I mean they're legit. Him and his brother.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, 10 p.m. right here, myself, Matt from Serenity CBD. Also, I have to bring something up. D-Mac, does Easy still have to ask for permission to be on my show? I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Easy's his own man now. Easy, you are free.
He is free. So Easy.
Spread your wings, boo. Fly.
Easy will also be on there. And D-Mac is invited, as always. So he always did. But speaking of Clarissa Shields and Flint, I couldn't be more proud of her. And, a lot of boxers talk about making the move to MMA. Very, very few do it. She did it last night. Sure, her opponent did not have the best record, but that doesn't matter because she had a great debut with the Professional Fighters League, a third-round TKO ground and pound finish, and I love it.
Congrats to Clarissa.
We have a question right now that I would love to hear your thought on this. Will MMA die like boxing someday?
When you look at just stats in particular, absolutely not. It is completely trumped over boxing. It's actually taking over as the number 4 sport in America, inching out hockey. So, it's moving up as boxing is moving down. And like I've said a million times, that's because multiple weight divisions, the promoters suck in the boxing world to where in the UFC you deal with Dana White, and if you don't like it, you get the F out. So it's pretty simple.
Yep. What can we expect to see next for our Michigan darling?
So I think the best decision Clarissa can make right now, because she's possibly involved in the tournaments. PFL does tournaments, which I think is great. But I would get back to training. She looked great. She got herself out of a couple dangerous situations. I did not expect her to get a ground and pound finish. I expected maybe something on the feet. But I think a couple more fights in MMA. She's got years to make up for. Her opponent had been in MMA for 12 years. She's been in it for 7 months.
Wow.
When you look at those stats right there, now she's got a 1-0 in her MMA record, and it's amazing.
That's great.
Good
so
for her.
Happy for her. Yes. Yeah. Go Michigan. All right, so don't forget, everybody tune in to Art's show, The Viewing Party, tomorrow night, 10 p.m.
10 p.m. on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah.
All right, and we're expecting a big turnout.
On the app as well, right?
On the app as well. That is right, Mr. Massaway.
For sure. Your parties always get a good turnout. Everybody's invited.
Everyone's invited.
Everyone is invited. So, and you know what? Everybody's got a +1 or +2. It doesn't matter. Bring all your friends.
Yeah.
The more, the merrier. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. And thanks for taking all the grief we give you.
It's tough, but somebody's got to do it.
Okay, you could have just said, thanks, Pilar. Have a good... That's all. No, I'm kidding.
Someone gave you a nickname, and I don't even know if I want to say it because it's kind of offensive, but they said POS, and I was like, what? Not my Pilar. A Pilar of Strength.
Oh.
So, I don't like the abbreviation, but you are a Pilar of Strength.
I love that.
No, it's a pillar of strength. Pilar of... This is why I went to school in Northern Michigan. Don't expect much.
It's all good. It's all
we don't,
good.
Bud.
Kevin put on social media
don't.
that he gave me one too a long time
Bare
ago. He's
minimum.
absolutely right. Smiling Pilar, because all I do is smile.
I don't know how you do it with those two ding dongs up there. You are a Pilar of Strength.
You're just trying to butter up the judge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to exit now.
Okay, my friend. Thank you. You are the boss right now, to be honest. I am sitting next to the head of HR. But, all right. So we're going to move on because great stuff is happening here in the city of Detroit this weekend. It's the Detroit Grand Prix.
Vroom, vroom.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be big because this is the first real big event coming into the city that it's fully open. Fully open.
Yeah, I think that they limited some, in the attendance because everything's but half of it still open compared to what it was. But everybody down in Belle Isle, what Roger Penske's done down there. I've been down there a few times, and just once you get on the island or whatever, even if you're downtown, roll your windows down because you can hear those cars. And that's the one thing that I enjoy.
Do you remember when they raced on the streets?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here
in Detroit?
That was my dad, right, doing that turn down where Cobo is.
Yeah.
That was one of the turns, but they used to race in the streets.
That was fun. I wouldn't mind seeing that again, to be perfectly honest.
Well, the streets here, they're a little bit worse than Belle Isle.
There's a few potholes.
Plus,
it's funny listening to the drivers say what's coming off of Indianapolis,
turning on brush here,
240 miles an hour to come somewhere that's got 17 turns down a long stretch, and they're going, yeah, we're not going that fast. We're gonna go like 160, 170 miles an hour instead of 240. But said it's a bumpy track and it forces you to hit your marks, and there's some spots if you don't properly, you'll spin out.
Our friends at the Grand Prix said there are a handful of tickets left for both Saturday and Sunday at DetroitGP.com. DetroitGP.com if you want to go down and witness the race on Belle Isle. They did a phenomenal job. Even if you don't like racing, it's like a carnival down there. It's fun.
Right. Fish, what did you have for
I
us?
believe it's 50%.
50%? All right. I thought it was going to be fully open. Isn't
Not
it?
till July.
As of
July
June
1.
8th? Oh, I thought June 8th.
June 8th is Tigers.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
For all your Whitmer updates, go to Fish.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I better hurry up and go get my tickets then if I'm going to go this weekend.
You better.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was going to be fully open. Here I am
I could put a call in
procrastinating.
for you if you'd like.
Could you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, Maz knows everyone.
I know.
I mean, he'll get anyone on.
I know.
We were
Me
going to have a driver
personally,
on.
I
We
would say
apologize to them, by the
I
way,
would
but
love
this
to
didn't
see
work out
Conor
today.
Daly win.
Yeah.
That's who I would love to see. This
my
kid has had
you
a
mentioned
phenomenal.
my friend Conor Daly. Alex, you got any pictures there?
Yep, give me a second.
Look at you.
How about
know,
your friend,
I know.
Ed Jones? You turning on Ed Jones?
No, I know Ed Jones. I do want Ed Jones to win, but
That doesn't sound like it.
I know, but
My grandson fans.
There's E-Mac.
Give him a thumbs up.
Back of the two-seater.
He's ready. Connor Daly.
Conor Daly.
You got the one, Alex, with him and I. There's in the car standing in our uniforms or whatever. The front, yeah. So there's Conor Daly. Drives the U.S. Air Force. It's what a great story. You were telling you met him, Pilar.
Gosh, when he was just a kid. So he came up through the Mazda Star program and the Indy Lights competition. He won both of them. So, and this was like back in, oh my gosh, like 2010, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. He was just so young, a young little kid making his way up, and he's done some great things with his career. He's ran with Andretti Motorsports in the Indy 500, so he's got a lot going for him. He was actually, people were thinking that he was actually going to be the next American Formula One driver, but it didn't go that way for him. He was a test driver for what sport? For which one was it? Let me see who it was. I forgot.
I think he's driving a number 20 car this
Force
weekend.
India.
He's with
Force
Ed
India.
Carpenter Racing now.
Yes,
But
now
then
he's
he'll
with
go
Ed
back to
Carpenter.
Andretti Racing because that's who he ran with last week at Indy. And he actually led a lap last week on his
Yeah.
favorite track.
I was there until he got hit by Ray Hull's tire that didn't get put in with the pin.
Did you pick him last week in your pit boss?
What's that?
Did you have him up there?
No, I didn't.
No,
But that's a great segue, Maz.
Yes.
Hey, Alex.
Hit it.
Pit boss.
Second base. First or last, baby. You know.
Well, I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Oh, you and me both, buddy. You and me both. Now, I know I showed the NASCAR this week in the NASCAR. We're not going to just back Kyle Busch. It's the different $1 million race and stuff. There's different heats, different stuff. Starts with everybody, and you got to qualify. So screw that. We got the Grand Prix downtown.
We're here home. We're home.
So we're going to make some Grand Prix picks. And you got to remember, you got to go with this track, like I said, being Detroit Grand Prix on Belle Isle, 17 turns, experience. So who's got the experience? The Penske boys. Why? Because Big Roger Penske owns all of it, and they've won before. So we're going to go with the Penske Chevrolets and Simon Pageau and Willpower at plus 1,500 and plus 1,000. We're going to throw Conor Daly in there for a little one at plus 5,000. And Pilar, I didn't forget you. Your boy Ed Jones is plus 10,000. So you're on the screen
Go
there.
for it.
We're
I
going to put
love
those
it.
in. So it should be an exciting race. Now remember, there's a race Saturday and Sunday. It's called the Duel in the D. So double up. And also, if you're going to pick somebody else, Graham Rahall's the guy who won back in 2017 both races.
You didn't pick Elio in there.
No.
No.
He loves Detroit.
Good.
I'm picking him.
All right.
Back to back.
All right.
Indy and Detroit.
That would be a big
Indy and Detroit.
big win back
Be
to
a
back.
nice daily double for him. Don't forget the pit boss down there tomorrow will be Dan Campbell. He's the Grand Marshal tomorrow. Dan Campbell, the Detroit Lions head coach. And, of course, on Sunday, Pistons forward Sadiq Bey. So if you go down there and get your tickets at DetroitGP.com, you can see some Detroit royalty.
Yes. And go get your tickets now because apparently it's only at 50%. So don't procrastinate. All right, guys. Don't you love sports rants? Do you love sports?
I laugh. I got hooked on them the other day. I went down a rabbit hole. That's why we're doing this.
I would say it always gives you a good belly chuckle.
Oh, my God, does it.
When we come back, we're going to give you some of the greatest sports rants of all time. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, let's get into some
You
really...
can mention that. Mention that text. Go ahead. There's a Drew and Mike fan out there, of course. I could smell him from a mile away.
Yeah, he wants to know, is it true they put down the car like horse racing?
I'll explain what I mean. Anytime I bring up horse racing, matter of fact, I don't even have to bring it up anymore. When I'm on with Drew and Mark and Brandon on the Drew and Mike podcast, they know I love horse racing. And I could just mention a horse and you'll hear a gunshot. That's it, because all they say is, it's all they do in horse racing are shoot horses. So that's, they don't put cars down, but they do probably throw them out to the scrap heap.
I can see why they could be confused, though, because of Mustangs.
Absolutely. Good point. But so,
Do you know what my very first car was?
A Pinto?
Pinto? I was going to say a Pinto.
No.
Oh.
A 1989 Dodge Colt.
It wasn't a Kia?
It was not.
The Colts were only around for a little while, the Dodge Colts.
And I had one.
Nice.
They had this little lever on the side that would move your seat up and down.
They still have those.
Do they still have?
They still have those.
It was such barbaric technology.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
If you don't have a power seat, that's still the way that people raise their seats. It's horrible, but that's how it is.
Barbaric technology, I tell you. I was like, it had this little lever on the seat.
The first car I drove was a Ford Pinto, but I drove it for work. It was a work car. It had the pharmacy name on the side. I was driving a little white Ford Pinto. And back then, they were saying if you ever got hit in the back, that's what a gas tank was. It would explode, because that's what the Pintos back in the day were. They said they weren't safe because if you got hit in a rear-end collision, the car had a chance to blow up. It didn't, though. I was careful.
What was your first car?
First one I drove was an AMC Spirit. First one I bought was 89 5-speed Jeep Cherokee, because I lived in Adirondack.
That was a pretty hip car.
I bet you beat the shit out of that.
I beat the shit out. Hey, vehicles and hockey sticks. They're the same thing. Give me another one. Let's go.
Oh, my goodness.
You're mean.
I am.
All right,
I'm
guys.
just realistic.
Let's get to some more good laughs
I
here.
choose to be nice to you.
Thank you. That's nice.
That's nice.
Gotcha.
I know. That's nice.
I'll take it.
All right, let's get to some of the best sports rants of all time.
We start you off in 1996, and you know Jim Mora. We had to start you off with a little Jim Mora when he was with the Saints. Actually, he got fired 2 days after this rant. I know you remember it.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked. Or the second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
I was playing that the other night on the computer, putting these in the system, and my wife is hearing it, and she's just laughing. She's roaring in the background, hearing diddly poo. We sucked. We did this. I had to tell her how great Jim Mora was, and of course, before he had that job, he was the head coach in the USFL for three championship games. He won 2 of them with the Philadelphia / Baltimore Stars with Bobby Hebert.
That was
player.
great. This one was a
Number
great
3.
one. But I love how he just comes right out straight to the media.
Chuck
Before any
Fusina, I mean,
questions,
excuse
he's
me.
just going to go straight at what happened.
So that was when
I
he
wanna
was
hear
with the
crap.
Saints. He got fired 2 days after that, and he wound up with the Indianapolis Colts, who got into a little bit of a bad streak back then as well. So here's Jim Mora again showing up, this time with the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, I'll start off by saying this. Do not blame that game on the defense, okay? I don't care who you play, whether it's a high school team, a junior college team, a college team, much less an NFL team. When you turn the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3 others in field position to set up touchdowns, you ain't gonna beat anybody I just talked about. Anybody. All right? And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Oh, he's great. Is that how does he have 2 of the best? Jim Mora.
Because
2 of
he's
the
real.
best.
Because he's real.
He was that great. He was that great. I mean, oh my gosh. And that one, I feel like it was just, what
Playoffs?
commercial was it that had him on it? Well, whatever commercial was that had him on it was like, playoffs? You want to talk about playoffs? Like, you're waiting for it to come out of his
The
mouth.
head shake and the look is like,
Yeah.
what did you just say?
Playoffs?
Was that you, Massaway, with that stupid question?
Wasn't me. I wasn't there.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's move 5 years up the chain to 2006. This is Dennis Green, who was then coaching the Arizona Cardinals. Of course, he coached a long time with the Minnesota Vikings. And this is on a Monday night game. Arizona blew a 20-point lead to the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football, and then Dennis Green went, well, I think you'll remember it.
Dennis Green.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a 3rd game in a preseason like it's? We played them in the 3rd game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Did you guys catch that? Off the hook.
So that was a
Good
Monday
one,
night game. I
Alex.
mean, these things are just out there on national TV. That was a funny one. I just still doesn't beat Jim Mora though. But the Bears are who they
that
thought
one
we
was a
were.
good one. That was a good one. Alex, what do you have for us?
Maz, have you ever been at like a press conference where you ask
Yeah.
a question or someone else asks a question?
I ended a press conference.
Alex, wasn't that rhetorical? Maz has been known for ending a few press conferences.
Are you serious?
I ended a press conference at the Palace. Doug Collins is the head coach of the Pistons. They had just lost again. And I had, I don't know, I took a liking to Stacey Augmon, who was a great defensive player. They called him Plastic Man. But he didn't get much playing time on this Piston team. I don't know, because him and Collins didn't get along. Doug Collins didn't get along with a lot of people. And you could ask Michael Jordan that. He probably should have been the coach when the Bulls won the championship, but they hated his guts, so they got rid of him, and of course they brought in Phil Jackson. So I asked him a question. It's on Fox, and it's one of the last questions.
Yeah, nobody saw it, Maz. Don't worry.
I know. And I said to him, why didn't you play Stacey Augmon tonight, Coach? And everyone's just like smiling around me. And he just deadpan. He stops talking. He shakes his head. And he just walks off the dais.
Wow.
And leaves.
We
I
gotta
didn't
get
know
that
what
one.
I said. I
You
really
should have
didn't
been
think
like, was it something I said?
I didn't think it was a bad. Everyone started laughing and slapped me on the back. Good one, Maz. We wanted to get the hell out of here anyway. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, he walked
But
off.
wait, why?
I don't know.
What was the elephant in the room?
That's, you got to understand. It's just the character. And here's a lot of things is calculated. Guys are going to choose who they're going to walk off. He was walking off anyways. You know, it just happened.
I just got
he was going to
chose.
pick them. Yeah.
Were you allowed to go back in after
Oh,
that?
yeah. It's just like nothing happened the next day. Matter of fact, he smiled at me in practice the next day. Yes.
He was looking to leave, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he
Tom
wanted
has
out.
Do we have
away.
video of that?
So,
Mass?
yeah, no,
I know,
there's no
we need
video.
that video.
There's no video of it.
The video we
So that's just
need.
one if I could think
you
of.
can't
I-
find it in your VHSs.
There's been a few.
DVDs
There's been a
or-
few that I got rude responses back from. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know
And
what?
I don't
Those
mean
are
anything
good
by
questions.
it.
I know.
I
but
try to
that's-
ask a good question, and
That's the thing about being a reporter, and sometimes, you ask these questions that people want to know, right? And you just have to say, sometimes filter them and say, is this politically correct, or is this going to piss him off? Is he going to continue?
last night I would have asked Steve Nash of the Nets, where the F was Kyrie at the end of the game? Where did he? I didn't even know he was on the floor. And how come Bruce Brown is touching the ball when you have Kevin Durant? I don't care if there's 3 guys around Kevin Durant. Don't give the ball to Bruce Brown. What, are you kidding? They shouldn't have lost that game. I would have really looked good today because I said the Nets will
What I
win,
would have
but they'll
said
cover.
if I was him, I would have been like, you know what, Tom? If you want to coach a team, why don't you just get yourself a little fantasy league?
That's what I am. I'm in a fantasy league.
All right, Alex, what were you gonna say?
D-Mac, I'll ask the same question to you. Has anyone ever asked you a question that you just thought was like preposterous, just was like stupid, or?
Oh yeah, all the time. But you
Has Maz
so
ever asked you a
no,
question?
oh yeah, of course. but I also understand. Listen, here's the blessing though is I have would say a good relationship with it, and Maz would know where if you'd ask me something, and I would never ostracize Maz. I would might say it in a different way or something like that. But when you want to make a point, Alex, oh yeah, it's you're gonna choose that because you might have something that somebody said or did has nothing to do, but you're gonna use that sort of against them. So I might give I give Maz over answers, right? Somebody else who I didn't like or somebody that I saw might, you get National comes in, right? ESPN or National comes in and they think that they own your room and they think that your guys that are there every day or whatever don't mean anything. So you got to put the big guys in their place sometimes. And how do you do that? It's if you have, and I'm just going to use Doc Emmerich as an example, but this would not happen to Doc Emmerich. But say somebody of that astute would come in and think that, they're bigger, there's different guys, and then they'd ask you questions, and you'd see that, and so as you got older, you'd say, no, yeah, no, and then Maz would ask questions, you'd say, no, Tom, great question, but the fact, so you can make a point, and
awesome.
And that's how the room was. Like, Maz would understand that, too, is because... And then Stevie would do it differently because nobody wanted to talk to Stevie.
I never asked him a question. I just put my
Nobody
mic there.
You just stick your mic because you have to come because you know what? He's gonna answer your question just like he does, and he will throw a samurai sword and make you feel so stupid. But you have to do it where you're being nice, but everybody acknowledges.
You know how much dead silence there was around Stevie Eiserman? If someone asked him a question, he'd answer it softly and short, and then you'd be waiting for the next question.
So why do you want to get him on the show so bad? Aren't you kind of scared?
Because I'm here. Yeah, he's safe.
I got my guy.
He's safe because I'm his Maz. I'm Stevie's Maz. So he'll love it because it'll be the spotlight on me.
Yeah.
Until Maz asks him a dumb question, then we're good.
Then it's all different, right?
But
you get caught up in the moment.
Alex, that's a great question though because it's about the relationship, and you can see with all the stuff we mess around with the Kevin Durant stuff, and it's about people. So it's about the intentions, and the thing is, that's the one thing with Maz is that he doesn't ask any. If you know Maz, right? But a lot of people don't know Maz, so it comes across, that he doesn't care. But Maz is. If you understand that he's just the biggest fan you've ever met, and he's still that little kid in New York that all these little cheers and all this stuff, and that's what I always said to him. Maz is this day in sports, or keep the reality. I'll bust his shit about the past, the future, all this stuff. But if he doesn't do it, I'm not going through it myself. So that's why I use, and that's where you understand the relationship. So, and then ours is different because we're more like brothers, and we have all this stuff. And all you have to know is that when I was at the worst of my worst, my friend Tom cared about me enough not to tell me what, but just to check in on me. And that's all you need to know. So that's where the loyalty to me comes in. But he does ask dumb questions sometimes.
Oh,
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
All right, guys. Hey, we still have more great sports rants. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, let's continue this fun Friday afternoon with more of the greatest sports rants. Let us know, too, on our social media at Woodward Sports, which sports rant really sticks in your mind. We'd love to hear from you at Woodward Sports. You can also give us a call, 313-552-6322. All right, Maz.
This next one.
Which one's next?
This next one is going to. This is like for Alex because someone asked Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy a question or kind of talked down to one of his players. So Mike Gundy back in 2007. I know you guys know this one.
Where are we at in society today? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me or our coaches. Right, not a kid that does everything right. That's heart's broken, and then say that the coaches said he was scared. That ain't true.
Mike Gundy.
That's a coach.
I'm
though.
a man.
That is a coach.
No, but that's...
You defend your players, and then you stick up for them right away, and you say, and then say that I said they were scared. Like, that is a coach.
Well, it's different because that's the one thing you would never. If you're a good coach, you got to protect your players and know that you're going to get, because then you want the best out of it. So, kudos to that. And,
he's got the best hair in college football too, Mike Gundy.
He's been around a while. Now, you know, we mentioned that these are the coaches' rants and the coaches' greatest rants. Well, I mean, I got to take this back that I had to pull up one of my own because as a hockey player, this coach has the greatest setup. So I want all you that are coaches to pay attention because this coach from Letterkenny has it right.
Uninspired hockey. It's unacceptable. It's fucking embarrassing. All right? No hustle, no heart, no jam. You're in between the first and second period. You're down about 2 goals. Your star player ain't playing like he's supposed to. You're the coach. It's your job to inspire him. And the best way to do that is kick a garbage can. Now, there's 3 approaches to this. All right? Number 1, it's called the alarm clock. You walk in the room, hands in your pocket. Don't say anything. Don't say a word. Their heads are hanging low. You don't want to wake the babies. And then, out of nowhere, bam! Fucking embarrassing! Alarm clock. Approach number 2 is the tornado. Now, there's a bonus kick in this one. You kick the door as you're coming in. You come in the room like you're a caged animal, all right? Circling, pointing out and insulting and embarrassing every single player, all right? You're fucking embarrassing. You're fucking embarrassing. You're fucking embarrassing. You're fucking embarrassing, right? And then, bam! Tornado. Now, the third approach
is the
boomerang, all right?
The boomerang.
You do everything you did in the tornado, right? Caged animal coming in, the fucking embarrassing, right? Then you leave.
Then you leave.
Give it about 3-4 seconds. Let them think they're off the hook, that they're out of the weeds. And then you come flying back into the room.
From the other way.
Look at that. There it is.
Boomerang. Now go out there and win some hockey games.
Oh, that is priceless.
Letterkenny.
That is great.
Dude, if you have to see, that is so funny that I had to bring that to you. And I'll tell you, out of the 3 of them, right, as a veteran, the last one, if the
boomerang.
coach ever comes in and then leaves and then comes in through the other way, dude, you're going to be laughing your ass off if you're an older guy. If you're a younger guy, you're scared as shit. So
Oh my gosh!
I thought you liked that.
Boomerang was gonna be when you kick the trash can so hard it comes back at you.
Maybe.
Is her mic on?
Is my mic on? Oh,
Fish.
Did something
Is her mic on?
Wait, can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me?
I don't know. I think she might have. It might have hit the one of the boxes.
There it is. I thought so.
You know what? Oh.
Stop dropping stuff.
That's so funny. Yeah, you know, stuff just
Dude,
falls
why
off
don't you
here.
get something that works
that works.
properly?
Thank you. You know what? I bet my husband wishes that something like that would happen around my
That would be
household, to where
awesome.
all of a sudden
That would
my
be
mic
awesome.
just nobody could hear me.
Hey, we got one more for you guys, and of course it's the pièce de résistance of rants, and it's from not only the one and only Allen Iverson.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about
Your mic's
practice.
off. You want him on?
Not a game, not
Okay,
a game,
mic's on.
not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, you know, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game.
22.
You
So
should
far.
count.
No, I looked it up. But there's 22. 22 practices in that.
Man, you know, what he should have said is, we're talking about practice, and I was at the casino. Come on, man.
Right.
I was at the casino. We're talking about blackjack. We're talking about practice. That was great. That was the best.
So Jay wants to know, one of my favorite sports rants was when Yzerman was getting interviewed and Scotty Bowman interrupted and went nuts. And then Yzerman's line that he said when Scotty finally slammed the door, classic. Anyone remember what he said?
No.
All right, Jay, you're going to have to hit us up and let us know what he said, because now I want to know, what did he say?
I don't remember that.
All right, that's going to be
Mac, you might have
It
been
would
in
have
the
been
showers.
funny. It would have been funny. I mean, if Stevie meant to be funny, it was funny.
Well,
And it was deep, probably, too.
now I want to know.
Scotty might have pulled a boomerang.
Ooh.
Never know.
He might have pulled
All
a
right,
boomerang.
Fish, we have a caller?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Darren Hill is on the line, and he wants to bust D-Max chops.
All right.
Fucking bring it.
What's up, D Hill?
You got 3 shots,
that-
bro. You knock me out or kill me, then it's my turn.
Okay,
All
three
right.
shots. How about a first one? You
All right.
call yourself a wrestling fan? You're nothing but a mark.
Oh, I'm
You're
a mark.
old, you're
You
you're a mark.
you
You're
jobber. This is coming from a jobber. You're going to mark me.
No,
You're a
this is coming
jobber
from
that
shut
you're going to
up.
bounce
First,
around.
shut up.
This mark that's
Yeah.
sitting right here, right? This
Uh-huh,
mark
this one.
is
That
actually
one.
going to make
That's
somewhere.
stoner.
Exactly.
That's
Work on your
That's
job.
stoner right there.
What?
That's stoner. That's stoner right there. Shut up and respect your elders. That's stoner right there who
Who,
can't
Maz?
even go and buy him a decent hairdo. No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, you're talking
you
about
can't
me.
even get cornrows. I'm talking about you. Maz, I'm taking
Oh,
about
I see. What, do
I'm
you
talking
ever
about
won?
you.
That's what I'm talking about. So you're looking like
Yeah,
this because you're
you.
probably bald
Yeah.
and you're jealous, and I get to play
Nope.
with my hair and shit
Wrong.
like that, or
Sorry.
go out in public and
Sorry.
sit like that. It's
Nope.
called winning,
Nope. Shut
Darren.
up.
Get used to it.
Nope.
Sorry
Don't.
that you're going to be
Nope.
a
Sorry.
hater. And
Nope.
you know what?
Nope.
Here's the one thing.
Nope.
You got Paul Heyman
Here's
here
the
on
one
the
thing.
end.
Nope.
You're going to
You
protect
got-
him
Come on, let's go.
anytime, bro.
Let's go. Come on.
Anytime.
Anytime. I'm right here. You know who I am.
I
I'm the
don't
only
know
guy
who
that
you are.
shot
You know where I am
Yes,
every
you
day
do.
from 3 to
Why don't you
5.
shut-
There's
Hey,
seats
hey,
right
hey,
here
hey,
in the
hey,
audience.
hey, hey.
Why don't you
We can
shut
have
up and I'll
euchre.
tell you
Listen,
who I
we'll
am.
play
Shut
euchre.
up.
I'll bury Maz,
Shut up.
and then you
Why
know.
don't you
Hey,
shut up? I'll
bro,
tell you who I am.
forgot.
No,
you
you
forgot.
bro.
This is
No,
my
I
show,
forget.
not yours. Watch this.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
it's
watch.
not. It's not your show.
Watch, D. Watch.
It's not your show.
Bye,
This
D.
is my show.
Bye.
He said, "This is my what just
That was from
happened?"
He's trying to.
He just hung up on D Hill.
What the fuck? I don't give a flying fuck who the fuck you are. You're gonna come in here and fucking. You be lucky, dude. You will never even make it to Mark's status. That's how fucking bad you are, you fucking jobber.
I think he was talking. I think he was talking wrestling. He was to you.
We totally did a wrestling bit right
So
there.
that was good, right?
Anything that was there, that's like that's a total wrestling terminology bit, whatever.
Is D Hill a wrestler? I don't even know what just happened.
He's a huge wrestling fan. He loves D-Mac, and he wants to do a show with D-Mac. I think that was his.
Yeah, that would be that was like the.
What do they call that?
That was a shoot.
No, it was, there's another word
listen,
I'm looking for.
That was a shoot. D Hill, tell him that was a shoot. A shoot in wrestling is when we make something up because you have to try to make you believe that
what
it was
do you think?
real.
Do you think he did good?
Eric, was that a good shoot?
I didn't even know what was happening, guys.
I leave for 2 seconds as the assistant to the operations manager,
Traveling
and I've
secretary.
got Darren going off at one of our #1 fans. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Listen,
he deserved
head
it.
of HR. That's called a shoot. For anybody in wrestling
and you know
that
what?
knows.
You should have gone harder. You don't call into somebody else's show and talk like that.
Bring back Darren Hill.
Especially
Bring him
Uncle
back.
Darren.
D Hill,
Darren.
are you there?
All right.
Oh, that was
here.
You shoot.
Oh,
that was a great
that
shoot
was
promo, bro.
awesome.
How are we not going to have our own show?
Okay. I don't know. You tell me.
That's freaking mad. I've been telling Matt.
Let Darren talk. Let Hill talk.
Princess, Pampered Princess, calm down for a minute. I wanted to talk to D-Mac about the pay-per-view coming. Pampered Princess, yes. I want to talk to D-Mac about the
Pampered.
about
Listen,
the pay-per-view
if y'all
on
think
Sunday.
I'm pampered, if y'all think I'm pampered, y'all got something else coming. I ain't pampered. I need to be pampered. So we can put that in
you
the
need to be
comment
pampered
box.
anyway.
We can put that in the comment box and we'll send it to my husband because I need to get pampered.
All right,
but
let Darren talk.
D-Mac, what do you think about this pay-per-view on Sunday? What's your thoughts?
Which I mean, which part of it? Which match or which whatever else?
We go with the main event. Main event.
Fucking Roman Reigns and
no
Roman.
knucklehead.
You talking
No,
WWE this weekend?
Yeah, I'm talking about the NXT takeover in your house is Sunday.
Oh, the takeover in your house. It's gonna be sick, dude. 5-way final, Karrion Kross, Gargano. Did you watch it on Tuesday night?
Yes.
To see how it ended there? They're all in their street code.
Yeah,
Was Adam
it was
Cole?
crazy.
Do you think Adam Cole takes it? Do you think, are
No.
they pushing Cole
no,
again?
hold on.
What?
Hold on. If Adam Cole takes it, that means Karrion Kross is heading to the main roster. Bet money on it.
So
if Karrion Kross dumps the belt, he's heading to the main roster. Same with Raquel Gonzalez. If Raquel Gonzalez drops her belt to Amber Moon in her match, she's also heading to the main roster.
Well, I think there's some vacancies, so I think that there's going to be a shakeup. So I think that you're correct, Mr.
Yep.
Hill. I like
There
where
you go,
your head's
Mr.
going.
McCauley.
They got to replace
I
Braun.
wanna- yeah, and I also believe that in that winner-take-all six-man, that Santo Escobar is also possibly heading to the main roster. They will not win that winner-take-all six-man. Santo Escobar will be heading to the main roster. He will have a falling out with his buddies, whatever they call them, those luchadors, and he's heading to either Raw or SmackDown.
Something's going to get shaken up, bro. And you know what? Call me in next week after we watch what's going down, because it'll be interesting, because you know the way it works, especially in the WWE, and that's NXT and the dictatorship, right? It's sort of that you see it coming miles away. In the AEW Forbidden Door, they're a little bit, they got a little bit more creativity going on and keeping us guessing as fans. So I love talking wrestling, bro. I'm working on Maz to get a show.
How was Darren's audition? That was the word I was looking for. His audition.
Oh, he's smart. I see all his stuff he comments on and stuff. He's a smart wrestling guy. He loves it. He loves it.
All right.
We all love wrestling.
By the way, just to get you up to speed, one, I've been covering wrestling since 1995 when I had my own wrestling show on here in Detroit, Southfield, West Bloomfield, and Royal Oak, and I was doing the wrestling column back in the day for the news under the name M. Earl Curley. So so I'm familiar with
shit,
both
yeah, dude,
aspects.
you've been around for a while.
Look at that.
Yes.
You got. That's
It's a
he's
good
got
interview,
street cred.
Darren. That was
You
a
got
good
street
All
cred.
right,
That was a good
it
interview.
was.
All right,
it
now-
had me believing.
Now
you
go out
guys
on a
were
high
really
note.
good. Yep.
Go out on a high
I'm
note.
gonna-
high note.
I'm going to tell
Your
you.
high note.
Check
This-
out.
hold on.
I wanted
This
you
is
to
high
check
note
something
for you,
out.
D-Mac. Tonight, hold on. Let me tell you right quick. Tonight on AEW, Miro will defend his TNA belt against Ugly
TNA?
Uno.
Ugly Uno instead of
TNT.
Evil Uno. Yeah.
Who doesn't
Evil
love
Uno.
TNA?
Yeah, Evil. Yeah. Well, I love TNA, but A&E, I consider that like WCW 2.0. So.
Nah, I like it better
All right.
because the guys are in
Fish,
charge.
get the hook.
Check out Chris Van Vliet's. I
Get
did
the
his
hook.
podcast yesterday. So
See you later. See you
dude.
All
later,
right,
Hill.
good stuff there.
We had to get the hook.
I thought it was a real fight.
No, that was a shoot.
I thought it was a real fight, but it was a shoot. All right, so we are. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with our show. This is crazy. Time is flying by. Alex, what do you have for us?
Earlier, what was his name? Jay wrote in about the Scotty Bowman Iserman thing in the press conference. He wrote back and said, when Scotty slammed the door, Iserman just looked at the reporters and said, "We'll suck on that."
Oh, that is awesome.
Sweet.
All right. Well, on that note, D-Mac, why don't you hit us with a quick Stanley Cup playoff update?
Well, as you learned earlier, the Final Four are set. The Islanders in Tampa and Montreal and Las Vegas. Yes, the Stanley Cup playoffs will resume again tomorrow. Tampa Bay, New York winner will get the Prince of Wales, and the Western Championship gets the Clarence Campbell Conference.
Put that picture up, Alex.
Now, Alex...
There they are.
Look at
those pretty trophies.
Yeah, but you
that
don't
no
touch
one
those.
touches.
You don't touch them. That's not the big one. I have replicas sitting around. They're nice and stuff. But Alex, you and I were having a conversation earlier, right? And what do I always say? And this is what it comes down to, because when you're playing in the playoffs and 4 to 7 series and stuff, the 3 keys, right? Number 1, goaltending. Number 2, puck luck. Number 3, staying healthy, right? What is the conversation that you asked me earlier today about what you've noticed since watching the playoffs, and we talk every day?
Yeah, so your number one key is what I want to focus on, and that's goaltending, which is why the Islanders are my team. Varlamov is one of the funnest goalies I've seen play in a while. And I think I know why the Avalanche didn't advance last night, because, not only can I not remember the name of their goalie, but...
Grubauer. Philip Grubauer.
Yeah. But their top 4 teams, I was saying earlier, arguably have like all top 10 goalies. You got Jesus Price for Montreal. You got Varlamov for the Islanders. You got Vasilevsky for the Tampa Bay Lightning, who's a Red Wings killer. I absolutely hate Vasilevsky. And who am I missing here? Oh, and Marc-Andre Fleury, who he's defying Father Time every time he goes out on the ice.
He's having fun.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? I put Tampa number 1 right now, just for the fact that you said Vasilevsky. I think he's the best goalie left in. And then it goes down to, like you said, the other 3, with the way Carey Price is playing, he can win that series by himself if they get healthy. They're going to need a little bit of luck. I see it Tampa-Vegas final, which I think everybody is looking for. I just see, I don't think... Maz, what did you say to me last?
Yeah, but I'm over that.
What? No. What did you say about them not being able to score?
But look what they did. They shut down who I thought was the best team in the Bruins. I got the Islanders winning it all and keeping the stat alive, winning.
Here's the difference.
The cups after beating Boston.
Here's the difference. You got to look at Vegas's back end. They added Alex Pietrangelo, won the cup was a captain, won the cup with St. Louis.
Pietrangelo.
Pietrangelo. But what I'm saying, between him, Theodore, Martinez, who won, they're different defense that can handle the size of the Islanders and their forecheck and stuff.
Well, they got to get by the Lightning first. Let's face it.
Going back to when I was talking about the Avalanche and how they didn't advance because what's his name?
Philip Grubauer.
Grubauer. This is a short clip. Please explain to me how this is a goal. He doesn't even recognize the puck until it's about 10 feet ahead of him. Look at this.
There's a screen.
Where's the screen?
Well,
the skater in front of him.
Well, no. Here's the thing. He didn't see it come out of the corner. right? So he's still looking in the corner. He didn't see the pass. So what you're saying, and with Colorado, I'll tell you the bet to make right now. Put 20, 50, $100 on Colorado to win next year. There's always that moment. We had it 95, 96 where you're close, you're good enough to get there, but you need that last kick in the sack, you know?
That's why I look at the Islanders last year. I said it when they lost to the Lightning. They'll be back. They'll be ready this time.
You didn't say that because you're a fan?
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. So I think, are we going to be able to get to a quick segment of Me Gusta and who you like? Are we gonna be able to do
just who you like.
All right. Let's go straight into who you like. D-Mac, who you like?
I gotta like Tampa Bay starting this series out at home after the tough series, so I'm gonna take Tampa at home tomorrow.
All right.
I got my hit my parlay last night, Fish. Another 3-0. I had the Nets, A's, and White Sox tonight. Indians, Reds, Brewers plus 622. Take it to the bank. Keep banking with mybookie.ag.
Holla. Alex, who you like?
Gosh.
No hockey to fall back on tonight.
Yeah, really. I like picking the hockey
You got
games.
a couple basketball games.
Let's go Sixers and let's go Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
All right, Fish, who we like?
I'm going to Europe. England over Croatia on Sunday.
Don't you live in Europe? Instead of going to Europe, you're always in Europe.
In my mind, I'm there too.
Sure. And then, Poor, you're going to Australia. Eagles over Tigers on Sunday.
All right, let's go Eagles. Hey guys, lots of fun with everybody today on this Friday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. Big thanks to Pete and Darren Hill for calling in. Huge thanks to Dan Murphy from ESPN. Make sure you're following him, reading his stuff on ESPN.com. I want to give a shout out to Conor Daly. He was actually supposed to be on our show. We had a problem with VMAX, so go give him a follow at Conor Daly 22. If you are in the Detroit area and you're following all the Grand Prix stuff, I know he was going to be at the USAF recruiting activation space for a little while today. I'm not sure if he's still there, but go show him some love because he was going to come show us some love. So at Conor Daly 22.
And get your tickets at DetroitGP.com.
Yes. And have some fun this weekend, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be responsible because I want to see you guys again on Monday. So for Fish.
When Art goes to jail.
Ooh. For Jeff. For Art, which I miss this guy in studio all the time. For Alex. For Tom. For D-Mac. I'm Pilar Lastra. We'll see you guys on Monday, everybody.
It's cool having the athletes hang out here at Sports Center. Even the old-timers show up, which can be interesting.
In the old days, we had respect for some. Yeah, Bobby Hall hit me one time right here. You're not listening. They have the advantage because they can put you in a corner here like this. You're in there digging in real tight. You do this, and you get their attention. If you don't like him again, it's up here. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? The follow-through's like this. When the puck dropped, I hit him here. It was a respectful game when we played it.